Playoff football here on BEC-TV, the section quarterfinals, an unprecedented day of football as we have a doubleheader, Jefferson and Apple Valley to start things off in one quarterfinal game. And then in the other quarterfinal game in the same section, Kennedy and Two Rivers, that'll be coming up at 7 o'clock, approximate start tonight, of course, depending on how long this game takes. Alongside former Jaguar coach, Minnesota State Hall of Fame football inductee Stan Shea. I'm Josh Powers. Stan, what a day of football we have. Two Bloomington teams, both hosting home games. I don't think it's ever happened before on BEC-TV. What a doubleheader of football we have.
It's not the normal routine, hey? And I, like I said earlier, you play at an odd time, it just doesn't feel right. You hope the kids are ready to play. They've played hard all year. They've played a tough schedule. I mean, our section has been really a lot of good teams. You got Armstrong, you got Chaska, you got Chanhassen, Waconia. They're good teams, and we've hung in there and played hard. It's just hard to get wins right now, but they've given great efforts.
Yeah, Jefferson with one win, Apple Valley also with one win. But Stan, the reason why this game is here and not in Apple Valley is because Jefferson beat Apple Valley earlier this year. What an exciting game that was, Jefferson winning it. Basically, it came down to a final kick, 21-20. If the second game lives up to the first game, boy, we're in for a treat.
It should be a good game. If I remember right, they missed a field goal at the bell to lose, and it was a great game.
So both teams with one win. The winner of this game goes on to play top-seeded St. Thomas Academy in the semifinal round on Saturday. Let's take a look at the top 10 in the Metro here. This is after week 7. It has not been updated yet, so this is the same actually as last week, so we'll run through it really quickly here. Lakeville South, what a year they've had. Eden Prairie, you see Stillwater, Maple Grove, Minnetonka. There's St. Thomas Academy checking in at number 8, Stan. They're awaiting the winner of this one on Saturday. That would be a 1 o'clock game, by the way, if Jefferson is able to prevail in that one. Then you see the last two teams, Andover and Centennial. Last week, let's take a look at what happened in the Suburban White. As you mentioned, that Chanhassen team, boy, they are awfully good. Stan, hardly anybody has scored on them this year. They have 2 losses somehow. We'll talk more about that. One of those losses was to Chaska, who defeated Chan 6-2, Stan, in a game that set high school football back.
Good defensive teams going at it.
Yeah, two very good defensive teams. But you see Chaska there completing that undefeated regular season 21-14 over St. Louis Park. Holy Angels, what a year they've had. Beat a very good Waconia team. You feel bad for Waconia, Stan. They're last in their section, and they're an awfully good football team.
You've got a kid, remember McAnally, the running back. I mean, he is very, very good. Yeah, that's why our league has been so strong. Yeah, it's been a tough year for everybody, but they're Chaska, Chanhassen, look at St. Louis Park, gave a great run, and today should be a good day. Hopefully the Jags are ready to go.
Of course, Holy Angels has Emmett Johnson, another outstanding running back. And then you see Kennedy. Boy, that was fun for the Eagles on senior night at home. They put a whooping on Patrick Henry, 39-0. And again, we'll see Kennedy in our nightcap against Two Rivers. Final standings in the Suburban White. It was Chaska with a perfect 3-0 record, 8-0 overall. Chanhassen 2-1. Their only loss was to Chaska in the Suburban White, 6-2 overall. There you see Waconia, a 3-win team. I don't know if you'd find a better 3-win team out there in Class 5A, but there's the Wildcats there, and then Jefferson finishing at 0-3, 1-7 overall. Games this week in the Suburban White. Of course, this one here, Kennedy and Two Rivers to follow this one. Waconia, here's your reward for being a pretty darn good team at Chanhassen in the first round of the playoffs. Goodness.
Josh, life is not always fair. You got to realize that. That's a really tough draw. Yeah.
And then, of course, Chaska, they are sitting back with their feet up, and they have a first-round bye in their section. They're number 2 ranked. How hard that section is. They go undefeated. They're only the number 2 seed in that section. Let's take a look at our keys here, our key matchups, Stan. Something that Jefferson did well enough against Apple Valley in the first meeting, but something that they've struggled to do is run the football. Conversely, Apple Valley, they haven't scored in the last 3 games. They've been shut out 3 consecutive times entering this one. So maybe first to 10 points wins, who knows? But the Jefferson defensive line, if they can keep Apple Valley at bay, we saw what they did offensively earlier this year with their quarterback, Tim Wyant. He was able to make plays, and they did enough in the running game. Remember, they used the no wide receiver set a lot through the second half. That's going to be, in our opinion, the key matchup.
Yeah, well, there's some good defensive linemen. I think Cobalt, who has made plays all over the field for us. Hopefully we can shut down the running game. I'm surprised Apple Valley hasn't scored in 3 games. That's unreal. The game we watched them earlier in the year, they were a threat. They marched the ball the last 2 minutes and got a field goal attempt at the wire. They look pretty good. Today should be a great game.
Before we get to our players to watch, the third member of our crew, Alex Redding. Let's send it down to him on the sidelines. Alex.
Hey, Josh, good to see you again. Same with you, Stan. Well, it's going to be a great day for football outside. Temperatures right now are in the 60s, but tonight they're going to get down to about the mid-40s. Now, as far as for the 2 teams playing tonight, Apple Valley and Jefferson, I spoke to Coach Carlson for Jefferson. I asked him, what's your main concern for tonight? And he said the big thing was turnovers and that time of possession battle. That's what Jefferson's going to be focusing on tonight. Meanwhile, I asked Apple Valley head coach Chad Clendenning just about what he plans to do with the passing game, which has been much improved this year for Apple Valley. And he says that wind may play a factor in the passing game with Timothy Wyant tonight. Other than that, I'll have the halftime and post-game interviews with both coaches and any other updates regarding action around the state of Minnesota for high school football as we begin round 1 of the playoffs. Upstairs to Josh and Stan on the deck for the pregame, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex. And yeah, we were just talking about that wind. It's windy up here, Stan. We haven't had a lot of wind in games this year, and Chad Clendenning from Apple Valley said it may affect their passing game. It's moving pretty strong from left to right across your screen. It's going to be a factor.
It will affect the passing game for sure. You're going deep into the wind, it's going to be different. With the wind, it's going to be a huge difference. We throw a lot of short throws, and we do it pretty well. So hopefully it won't be that. The kicking game is where you may see it be a big factor too.
Yeah, of course, the kicking game loomed large in that earlier matchup between these 2 teams. How about our players to watch? We talked about the Jefferson defensive line needing to play well. Kashawn Cobalt is really the first name you think of there for the Jaguars.
Well, he's made so many plays. First game I watched him was out at St. Louis Park, and he was all over the field making plays, and he's done it all year. Plays with so much passion. He's a leader. He gets everybody going out there, and yeah, hopefully he can instigate and get everybody going.
Everybody looks at that quarterback spot. It's always a key player, and we highlight Robbie Traylor because it's his first game in the playoffs for him. He's only a junior. He's going to need to play well, and as Coach Carlson said, limit turnovers as much as possible.
Yeah, and that'll be hard. Traylor's had a good year. He throws short well, and he's been under heat a lot. I mean, teams who come after him have put some pressure on. But he needs to have a good game, and he's got a bunch of guys that can catch the ball pretty well. Hopefully they have a good day throwing.
For Apple Valley, a guy who had a good day against Jefferson earlier, their quarterback Tim Wyant made some plays through the air, made some plays with his feet last game.
He looked good. I remember him with some agility, and we don't want to let him get in the open field. If he does, that's trouble.
And then the other guy, I think they probably put that up there because I went out of order. Sorry about that, everyone. But Connor Elliott, the big bruising running back, number 5. Apple Valley always seems to have a big back like that, and Connor Elliott's the guy for them this year.
They do. He was a bruiser that first game. He's hard to tackle, and our defensive backs come up. That's a tough job. He'll be tough.
And of course, we may see him as part of that Wildcat package too, as we saw against Jefferson earlier. How about our keys to the game? When you're looking to run the ball effectively and shut down the opponent's run, it's a pretty easy key to the game, win the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that'll be a key. I'd say we were about a standoff that first game up front with everybody, and today I'm not sure how we are injury-wise. Hopefully we're okay. Apple Valley, no doubt, probably dinged a little bit too, and big thing is who's going to be really ready to play because of the odd hour of the day and not a lot of people in the stands. Got to kind of motivate yourself, you know.
All right, so there you go. About to get things underway as the playoffs kick off, Jefferson and Apple Valley. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the starting lineups and the national anthem. Quarterfinal round here at Bloomington Stadium, part of our doubleheader. Stick around on BEC-TV.
The officials for today's game: back judge Kyle Rao, head linesman is Patrick Carey, the line judge is Jason Glad, our umpire is Choi Grings, and our referee is Jason Berg. At this time, if everybody would please stand, we'd like to play the national anthem. Thank you.
Back up as far as you can.
Thank you. Just a few reminders before we begin the game. This game is being played according to the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair competition and good sportsmanship among the players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship during and following the game by observing the fundamentals of good sportsmanship as printed in your game program. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of good sportsmanship. Spectators who engage in conduct dangerous to themselves or others, or who interfere with the rights of others to view this game, will be directed to leave. If this occurs, the admission fee will not be refunded. A reminder that Bloomington Schools and its athletic facilities are tobacco-free. We ask your cooperation in refraining from tobacco use in and around the stadium today. And finally, a reminder that parking at the stadium is allowed only in the designated spaces provided. Cars parked in fire lanes and no parking lanes will be ticketed and or towed at the owner's expense. Your cooperation in all these matters will be appreciated. That's it. It's time for football.
So we are ready for playoff football here at Bloomington Stadium. Jefferson and the home Columbia Blue. You see the Jaguars waiting to kick off. Apple Valley will receive. It's back deep. William Washington and ready to get the playoffs started. Luke Swanson for the Jaguars. Doubleheader of playoff action here on BEC-TV is underway. Is this kickoff? Boy, they better hope that gets in the end zone, and it does. As we welcome in Stan Shea. Stan, that could have been fun if that had checked up there at about the 5-yard line.
Balls take crazy bounces. That would have been a great way to start the football game, I'll tell you that.
I mean, Apple Valley needed that to roll a good 25 yards, and nobody was interested in picking that thing up. That was a live ball. The Eagles fortunate there on play number 1. So we get to our other two keys here, Stan. a team in Apple Valley, they haven't scored since week 4 of the season. Jefferson wants to limit those big plays, make them execute all the way down the field.
Yeah, that's a great plan. It's amazing after watching them in game 1 that they haven't scored more points, because they seem to be an offensive threat that first game.
Here's Wyant, their quarterback, as they bring in Adam Weens in motion, and the handoff goes to Connor Elliott. He's their big bruiser, a senior at 6 foot tall, 205 pounds. He takes it out for a 5-yard gain off the right side. We're going to see number 5 early and often. Jaguar defense will. Stan, they're fine giving up those 4 and 5 yard runs. They just don't want to give up those 8, 9, and double-digit runs here in this one.
And those 4 and 5 yard runs kind of wear you down if they keep on.
Again, Weens in motion. They'll hand it to him this time around the left side, and he's got a first down across the 30.
Pretty well blocked up
line.
Front by Apple Valley.
Austin Krupp, Isaac Sevig in on the stop, but Apple Valley gets the first down of the game. Wyant, also a senior, number 7, had a really good game, probably his best game of the year against Jefferson. Apple Valley had a season high in points of 21 against the Jaguars, or 20, excuse me, against the Jaguars. Fresh set of downs for the Eagles. And the quick wide receiver screen, Jalen Garrison breaks a tackle and has another first down to the 45-yard line before he's brought down there by Daniel Weber. So Apple Valley with a good opening sequence of plays.
We talked about that wind being a factor. That was a well-thrown ball. Didn't seem to be affected by the wind. That's interesting.
11-yard gain. First pass completion goes to Jaden Garrison, who scored one of the Apple Valley touchdowns against Jefferson earlier this year. Nearing midfield are the Eagles as Wyant looks to throw again. Quick out again, caught by Weens and tackled immediately.
Well played, a gain of about a yard.
Frank Arth was right in there, number 43 for the Jaguars immediately.
That's another name we haven't mentioned. Farr has made a ton of plays all over the field also.
Jefferson, such a young team. Arth only a junior, but so many sophomores for this team play. Good tackle there by Arth right along the sideline.
Arth is always in the right place at the right time. He's got a number of fumble recoveries, got some big interceptions. He's had a really good year.
2nd and 9 for the visitors. In motion, Howder, he slips, now takes the handoff and gets around Cobald. And Ian Howder, the junior, across midfield to the 49-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and 4. So Apple Valley getting the ball into a bunch of different players' hands here in this first drive. I like how they're distributing the football. 4 different guys have already touched it.
Yeah, when you have that threat of running so well up the middle with the big guy and then being able to come outside quickly, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Could be 4 down territory, we'll see. Probably depends on how this 3rd down goes. The wind right now, again, favoring Apple Valley. A little bit of a tailwind from left to right here in the first quarter. Wyant surveys the defense. And will hand it off. Elliott, and he's going to be tracked down for a loss. It was Maximo San Roman who broke into the backfield. A 2-yard loss, and Apple Valley sends out the punt unit. It's exactly what you want from that 3rd down defense, Stan. You run blitz, and it worked out perfectly.
It's a great play, great defensive play.
So the Jaguars, after a couple first downs allowed, get the stop. Connor Elliott, keep in mind he is their punter. So special teams on high alert, and Elliott will get this one away. Nice kick. Blake Mamalakis will let this bounce. It takes a sideways bounce out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 32-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense for the first time in the playoffs.
You watch that win. Fielding punts today is not an easy task.
No, that was the decision Mamalakis had to make, and luckily it didn't bite the Jaguars, as that could have kicked in favor of Apple Valley, but did not. It took a nice sideways bounce. So Robbie Traylor and the Jaguar offense out there for the first time. Aiden Bertrand starts out as the tailback here on the first possession. Traylor, 56.8% completion percentage this year, 6 touchdowns, only 2 picks. And the first pass is caught. Far hash, and it's complete for the Jaguars to Daniel King. Very near a first down, and they'll mark it about a half-yard short.
Talk about players, sophomores who've had good years. King has done it both offensively and defensively. He made a big play that first game, I believe.
Quick play on second down, and the Jaguars will get the first. It's Traylor on a keeper. Traylor 632 yards passing for the Jaguars. Only 3 rushing touchdowns all year, though. Aiden Bertrand has all 3. And the handoff to Aiden for the first time. Finds a gap up the middle, dives to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 5 on first down.
Bertrand reads blocks so well. He sees the field well.
And these are the runs Jefferson's looking for. Bertrand, 305 yards this year. But it's been a Jaguar ground game that has really struggled to get going against some of those better teams on their schedule. Traylor, quick out, and it's too high. Intended for Austin Krupp.
You can see the ball in the air that long. That wind's a factor.
Yeah, watch this ball move away from him. That's that wind.
That makes it tough.
So now 3rd down and 5 for the Jaguars. Midway through the first quarter here in the playoffs. Traylor to throw, slant, caught, Mamalakis.
Nice.
And a first down to the 45-yard line.
Nicely done.
Perfect throw there from Robbie Traylor when they needed it on 3rd down. Gain of 10. First catch for Mamalakis. Nine guys in the box for Apple Valley. Austin Krupp on an end around.
We're looking good.
Krupp,
nice.
Ankle tackled in Apple Valley territory. Good seal blocks on the edge. Another double-digit gain, this time a 13-yard run for Krupp. We saw this a couple weeks ago for Jefferson against Hastings. Work for success in the first half. Those end arounds to Austin Krupp.
Krupp can make plays.
Quick out to Krupp.
Nice throw.
Trying to fall forward for a couple extra yards, and does. He gets to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4.
It's great to see these completions because the conditions are not ideal.
Well, you mentioned it, that Jefferson, they either go short or they go really long. And a day like this, Coach, where you want that short passing game to be on point, Jefferson, that's one thing they do well. Bertrand held up. He was able to get a yard, maybe to the 38. And again, the Jaguars in a similar spot to where Apple Valley was on their possession here. Could go for it on 4th down if it is gets them a little closer to the sticks. 3rd and 6. To throw, Traylor, deep corner shot, Krupp, and it's too far.
You know, there's a wind, a little bit of a factor. It carried a little farther than you'd expect it to.
Krupp open behind the defense, would have been a touchdown. Does look like the Jaguars are keeping the offense out there, so an aggressive decision here from Coach C on the first drive. Could try to draw them off sides and get closer. Or a little pooch kick. I think it's going to be the pooch kick. His Traylor takes a couple of steps back and lets it go. Ball will bounce, and it takes an Apple Valley bounce this time into the end zone for a touchback.
Little factor with the wind with that kick.
So a 40-yard punt for a touchback, but Jefferson, a missed opportunity there on that first drive as they schemed that one up perfectly, Stan.
Yeah, there was more positive than negatives in that drive. They threw the ball well. They had a couple nice runs. A good showing for the first series, really.
I like the decision to punt there. No need to gamble early against the Apple Valley team that has not scored since October 1st, and in that game only able to muster a field goal against Waconia. You got to go back to that Armstrong game the week after Jefferson played them, for that Two Rivers game on October 1st, the last time Apple Valley was able to find the end zone. So it's been nearly a month for the Eagles to score.
It's hard to believe. San Roman again with a big play.
Wyant only able to get a couple of yards there on first down. First carry for the senior quarterback. So 2nd and 8 as we hit the 4-minute mark remaining first quarter. Each team has had it once, now the second possession for Apple Valley. Wyant, fake handoff to nobody, takes it around the edge, didn't get much. Tracked down by Aiden Bertrand, had some help from Jonathan Weber. Gain of 1, 3rd and long coming up.
Good team pursuit by the defense. A lot of people getting to the football. Bertrand with a nice play.
Yeah, Tim Wyant has some speed, as you saw right there. Jefferson was able to bottle him up, and now these are the downs that have been tough for Apple Valley this year. Team that has struggled through the air. 3rd and 7 on the rollout. Wyant has a lot of time and overshot his man.
Very well covered.
Hayden Hansen was the intended target. You mentioned it, Coach. Jefferson had that covered perfectly. 2 guys all over him.
With the wind in that, we should end up with good field position again. It's tough punting into that wind. It's stretched for Apple Valley.
And watch the coverage here by the Jaguars. Thought Wyant had an opportunity to maybe tuck that and possibly get the first down, although it would have been tough.
Mamalakis has made some nice plays on punt returns.
Yeah,
good job of fielding the ball.
He's standing just at about midfield, a little bit of a high snap. Elliott has it, and the punt is blocked.
All right.
And the Jaguars dive on it at the 21-yard line.
Big break. Now we got to do something with it.
Well, we hadn't got to our third key of the game yet, Stan, but maybe appropriate time to bring it up now. Special teams.
There you go.
We saw how big of a factor it was in the first game as Apple Valley missed that field goal that would have won it. And how about this first big special teams play provided by the Jaguars? And I mentioned special teams, Coach, an uncharacteristic for Jefferson. It has been kind of a sore spot the last few weeks. Some big plays have gone against that unit, which is not normal for Jefferson.
That's right. That's right. Well, today things are turning around.
So there you go. Short field for the Jaguars trying to cash in. Bertrand made one cut, could not get to that gap. Apple Valley playing well so far up front. It looked like Bertrand, as we saw in the replay, Stan, was the one that blocked it.
Okay, I couldn't get a number from up here.
Trailer on second down, steps up, running out of time, floats it out, incomplete, intended for Mamalakis. Connor Elliott is keeping tabs on number 11 and forced him to make that throw. So Apple Valley trying for a key defensive stop here. 3rd and 10 for Jefferson. Not going to punt from here. I don't know about a field goal. This would be about a 43-yarder from here, 42-yarder. So probably 2 plays to get these 10 yards.
even with the wind here. It's tough to kick even with the wind.
Empty backfield. They were going for the short completion to try to get them closer, but it was tipped and incomplete. Looked like Elliott, or maybe it was actually number 9, Jaden Cunningham, who got a piece of it. It was Cunningham, as you see that pass intended for Bertrand, and now 4th down. Jefferson has to go for it here. Not going to punt from the 24-yard line. Pump fake. Deep shot. Mamalakis in the end zone off his fingertips.
So close, so close.
And I think he underestimated that with the wind. It looked like he slowed down a little bit.
The wind is making the ball carry so far.
Watch Mamalakis just kind of slow up, underestimated a little bit, and then by the time he jumped, it was out of his reach. So that blocked punt goes for naught for the Jaguars. Credit Apple Valley coming up with a big defensive stop on that sudden change situation.
Too bad. A good opportunity. We just got to play defense again and take another shot at it.
First Wildcat look for Apple Valley, and it's Howder on the keeper. Hit in the backfield, Kashawn Cobald.
Great pursuit by that defense. They're playing hard and they're playing fast.
Interesting, because the last time these two teams played, it was Connor Elliott out of that Wildcat. That time Howder rudely awakened by Kashawn Cobald. Second and 10, they stay in the Wildcat. 4 wide receivers to the top of your screen.
This is a different set. This is an interesting set.
And they've got single coverage out there, 4
tight
versus
end back
4.
to this side.
They throw it out there, not a good throw as it
ground.
skips, incomplete.
Could very easily see a double pass out of that set.
Absolutely. And that's Ian Howder, not typically a quarterback, and I think you can see it there on that wide receiver screen. The footwork not ideal. So 3rd and 10 for Apple Valley.
Okay, here.
Hey, let's go.
Their only win against Two Rivers. We'll see them later tonight against Kennedy, part of our doubleheader. What a fun day. Both Bloomington teams hosting playoffs. And that's why this one is at 4 o'clock. And delay of game, it looks like, as a flag flies up. Maybe the timeout first. We'll check it.
They're getting back into
Prior
that
to the
set
penalty.
again with 4
Timeout,
receivers.
Apple Valley. Their first of the half.
And Chad Clendenning does use the timeout to avoid that penalty. Kind of what we thought here, Stan. You've got Jefferson and Apple Valley, 2 teams with 1 win each. 2 teams that have struggled to score. Apple Valley, you mentioned it, they've been shut out in their last 3 games. 4 times overall they've been shut out this year. Jefferson, they were just shut out. Of course, a lot of teams are going to get shut out by Chanhassen. But both teams playing this really close to the vest. And points are going to be at a premium. A couple of touchdowns might be enough in this one.
Both teams are making plays defensively. Our defense looks good. Here's that same set again.
And they're sticking with Howder. Their regular quarterback, Wyant, is part of that quartet of receivers, by the way, at the top of your screen. Under pressure.
All right.
And sacked. Isaac Sevig broke into the backfield and brought Howder down.
Big play. Again, we should end up a good field position here. They're punting into the wind deep. Defensively, that's a great series.
And that's big to make this punt still happen in this quarter, Coach. That could be an extra 15 to 20 yards of field position.
That's right.
That Jefferson's going to gain, as they're going to have to attempt this punt into the wind.
Under a minute.
Mamalakis standing at the 40. Remember, the last punt was blocked. Better snap this time, and end-over-end kick. Mamalakis We'll let this just die.
All right, 47-yard line.
32-yard punt, not bad against the wind, all things considered there for Connor Elliott. But the Jaguars, for the second time in this quarter, start in Apple Valley territory. You'd like to cash in on one of these opportunities.
They're talking wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, I believe. So that, that really makes it hard to throw the football and so hard to do the kicking game well.
We've seen that affect this game already on a couple of those deep throws that Jefferson had open. Blake Mamalakis is the running back here, Stan.
That's new.
On this possession.
We may see something different.
Has not recorded a carry this year, and Jefferson needs to burn one.
I think we're short a man, maybe.
Robbie Traylor noticed it, so now both teams have used timeout. But with these games on a Tuesday, of course, inside Jefferson and inside Kennedy football would not happen. We'd have to go pretty late into the night for that to be a reality. So we'll have our playoff recap episode on Thursday. Again, Thursday night, both inside Jefferson and inside Kennedy football. We'll recap both of these games here today, hopefully talk about a couple of wins, and hopefully talk about what's coming up on Saturday for each of these teams. If not, we'll talk about the season coming to an end for one or both. But Stan, hopefully that doesn't happen for either team here tonight.
That's right. Watching inside football at home on TV, these young men present themselves so well. It's really an interesting program. Great job.
Love to visit with the kids and get to know them a little bit. Looking forward to Thursday's episode. Here's a throw.
There it is,
off there.
wide open. He's wide
Mamalakis has
open.
him open, and it's caught by Croup inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Well, you kind of smelled something coming out of that, Stan, as Mamalakis hadn't recorded a carry all year, and you can see why.
It's a new position for him. We kind of thought something special was coming. That's a great play.
38-yard gain for the Jaguars.
And he was careful not to overthrow it.
Yep. It's not a touchdown, but it's a huge play, and now 1st and goal.
And we got Brock Edwards leading here too now. That helps.
Aiden Bertrand, good pursuit by Apple Valley. No gain on 1st down. And the end of the 1st quarter here at Bloomington Stadium. It's been a good quarter for the Jaguars. Unfortunately, you look back at this quarter, Stan, they've had the ball inside the Apple Valley 20 twice. They blocked a punt. They've got a big explosive play on offense. Defense hasn't given up much, but so far no points to score to show for it. Hopefully that changes here in a minute.
It's going to happen. 2 big throws that the wind factor was involved. Could have been a touchdown, and you're going to see that happen here. But we are making plays, and we're putting pressure on their defense big time.
1 quarter in the books here, Bloomington Stadium. Kennedy and Two Rivers coming up next. That's the 3-6 matchup. Kennedy the 3, Two Rivers the 6. Jefferson the 4 seed, Apple Valley the 5. The winner of this one plays St. Thomas Academy. They're the number 1 seed in this section. That game will be on Saturday. And also on Saturday, the winner of our nightcap, they'll go to Hastings. That could be a rematch. Remember, Hastings beat Kennedy last year. That was in the quarterfinal round. If they play this year, it'll be in the semifinal round. What a year for Hastings, 6-2. Well-deserved, that number 2 seed for them. They've been impressive. 2nd and goal for the Jaguars.
All right, that's half the distance right there.
Our first penalty of this game will help Jefferson.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 is sometimes a tough proposition, Coach. You're all crammed in there, but you still have to go 10 yards.
That's
2nd
right.
and 5 is just so much more comforting for an offense, to put it.
It's a lot more comforting.
To use kind of a weird word there. But 2nd and goal from the 5. Bertrand up the middle, not much. Did he lose the ball? He might have. Apple Valley pointing their way, and they have it.
Wow.
The first turnover of the game.
Thank you.
So now the Jaguars, 2 possessions
That's
inside the Apple
That's
Valley
really
20 and no points to show for it on either drive. And it was certainly out.
Yeah, you're down there going into the wind, and it looked like it was well blocked for positive yardage.
Recovered by Jaden Cunningham. So Apple Valley defense coming up big in this one. But a long way to go. They're backed up at the 4-yard line. Wildcat this time with Connor Elliott. This is what we saw in the earlier matchup. Takes it out to the 6.
Physically, we're playing real hard up front, and that's a great sign.
Not much there on the ground for Apple Valley. Their longest rush was that end around by Adam Weens for 7 yards. They stick with Elliott in this jumbo package. But I think Jefferson's going to use a second timeout. $11:23 remaining here in the first half. The Jaguar huddle trying to advance to the section semifinals.
I want you on, Marcus off.
Marcus, you're out on ball. We have the safety in because he watches quarterback with. We have. Yeah. So we should have one corner on. Okay.
Nick is on, Marcus is off.
So we have 5 linemen. So Nick, who do you want off nose wise? It's either Drew or Restoff.
I had a chance to talk to John Anderson yesterday for a little bit, and they're excited. You know, they've had a good year, and he just said they're in a league that is right for them, and yeah, he was very upbeat, which is good to hear John Anderson say that.
Kennedy 4 wins for the first time since 2007. You could hear the Jaguars talking about alignment here in this package. Who's going to be covering who? And you see it works there on that play, just a 1-yard gain for Elliott. Now you kind of just almost drawing it up in the dirt, right? You could hear, now you got this guy, you're lining up against this guy. Is that what was going down there, Stan?
You know what, Elliott, that's not a lot of yardage. We're playing well up front physically, standing up to it. He's a load to bring down.
3rd and officially 8 here. Clock under 11 minutes. Elliott stays there, not really a threat to throw, but he breaks free here. Into the second level and out to the 31-yard line. Huge play for Apple Valley, but there is a flag, so hang on. Maybe there's a reason why that hole was huge.
Let's hope it's in the area we're holding.
Apple Valley on the back pedal. This appears to be on the visitors.
Holding.
That's huge.
Offense, number 85. Penalty being forced, half the distance to the goal, 3rd down.
So it's only a 3-yard penalty, but it wipes away a 27-yard gain.
3rd and long now. You can see they've got a package with him at the running back spot. They can go anywhere with him. He's quick. He's big and he's pretty quick.
And they do have one token wide receiver here.
Elliott
still
run the same stuff.
Yeah, off that same play.
All right.
And a couple of yards. He may have lost the ball.
Ball's on the ground.
Jefferson pointing. No signal yet. Jaguar ball.
All right.
And for the 3rd time in the first half, Jefferson is going to start in Apple Valley territory.
They changed the call. It's 4th down, Apple Valley.
Oh, wow, they pointed.
Yes.
Maybe we can look at that replay one more time to see if that ball came out. Just so tough to tell.
Be a real tough punt to field.
Hard to know when that knee came down. That was very close. So Apple Valley punts instead of Jefferson getting it. This one almost got blocked. Short kick, even though it was with the wind, it'll roll out at the Good Apple Valley bounce here, 44-yard line.
Not bad. That roll could have been better than that. It was, for Jefferson's sake, it was pretty well done.
So the Jaguars do take over for the third time in Apple Valley territory, but not inside the 10 like they thought they might there.
Just got to keep working at it. We are moving the football.
We'll see if the Jaguars have any tricks up their sleeve on this drive. Brock Edwards now the tailback. We've seen Aiden Bertrand, and for a play, Blake Mamalakis. Now Brock Edwards for the first time. He'll get it on first down. Bounces it, Brock.
Nice.
Second level. And upended.
Yeah.
36-yard line.
A nice run. Well read by Brock Edwards also.
Gain of 8 on first down, so maybe the bigger back. Certainly you lose some speed, but maybe the bigger back will have more success in this one. Edwards, the senior, 5'9", 235. Edwards again. Trying to fall forward and does.
About a half a yard short. Defensive corners don't like to see Brock Edwards coming downfield at him.
Tough spot there. Looked like you got well past the 35, but the ball spotted there. 3rd and a yard. Trailer quarterback sneak.
I think he's got it.
And I would agree, and I think the officials agree as well. It'll be a Jaguar first down. So the drive will continue as we're under 9 minutes remaining first half in a scoreless playoff duel here in the section quarterfinal. Edwards back to him on the ground. Apple Valley strong at the line of scrimmage. Augustus Garcia breaking in, number 58. The sophomore making the play.
Apple Valley seems to inch up a little bit more with Edwards as a running back.
2nd and 12, play action. Trailer on the roll. Has his man, Isaac Sevig. And Sevig spinning forward. Good productive play for the Jaguars. See where they spot this at the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3. So it was a gain of 8.
Nice execution by Trailer.
Trailer 4 out of 9 here in the first half. 4 down territory. So they were hoping to get a free one. We'll see. There was some movement there.
Ball start. Number 17. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Just a little bit of movement.
Well, the line did their part.
Yeah.
Coach, it was Daniel King, the wide receiver, who jumped.
Apple Valley jumped a little bit and he moved just a teeny bit.
So instead of 3rd and 3, it's 3rd and 8.
Apple Valley's walked up tight defensively here.
Yeah, everyone within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Trailer to throw, deep shot to Croup. Incomplete.
Very close, very close. It was a good read by Trailer and a pretty good throw.
That one just kind of, you could see that bending back and ended up floating a little bit short on that corner route. Ian Howder had pretty good coverage. Now 4th down for the Jaguars. We might see that pooch kick again. Need to take it to the 24-yard line. They'll go for it. Trailer under pressure, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Daniel King, and Apple Valley for the 3rd time has stood up the Jaguars.
This is not going to be a high-scoring game, Josh. Both defenses are doing a pretty good job.
So the Apple Valley Eagles take over. This is the best field position they've had in a while, Stan, taking over at the 32.
That's exactly right, with the wind.
Apple Valley is a new running back in there. Marcel Booth, a sophomore, number 25, 5'9". In motion, they fumble the exchange. Jumping on it quickly was Weems. It'll be a loss back to the 28-yard line.
I think we're in pretty good position for it. Had it been handled cleanly, we were out there waiting for him. So well played defensively also.
It was to the short side as well, so the Weems was going to run out of room there too. Wouldn't have been a loss of 4, but seeing Apple Valley just trying everything. They've seen 2 different Wildcat formations, a couple of end arounds. And credit the Jaguar defense, nothing working so far. Booth this time to the right of Wyant. Wyant on the rollout with a flag down, just escapes the reach of Isaac Sevig, and then tripped up by San Roman at the second level. It's a gain of 7, but we'll check the flag. Probably an illegal formation here on Apple Valley.
Hopefully San Roman's okay. He's favoring his arm a little bit.
Yeah, he reached out that right arm and tripped up Wyant, but there was some contact.
Legal formation. Offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Okay. Second down.
See Sevig almost able to get the sack, and then watch San Roman, well, a little bit out of your screen there, but he reaches out that right arm right there. Key guy for the Jaguars at that linebacker spot. They're looking at him now.
We need him out there. He plays so hard.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 20. About midway through the second quarter here. Still scoreless in the quarterfinals. Wyant to throw, wants a middle screen, and it's caught. And the Jaguars rally to the ball.
Well played.
Take it out to the 30-yard line. It was caught by Booth for a gain of 9, but it's still 3rd and 11. So they try to take advantage of a linebacker being out right away as they go right up the middle. Daniel Weber was there for Jefferson.
You're right on that.
We'll see if the Jaguars get aggressive here. 4 wide receivers for the Eagles. Wyant, just a 4-man rush under pressure from Cobalt, has to go to the edge and tracked down by Aiden Bertrand.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Good team defense there by the Jaguars. Bertrand was able to set that edge, but credit Cobalt with the pressure to blow that one up.
We're getting a lot of heat in their passer, and that with that heat is we're probably gonna see some additional screen passes here. You know, that's the way to go after all that pressure. The screen they ran was scary from up here.
So Elliott out to punt for the 4th time. Mamalaka standing at the Jaguar 40. Remember, Elliott punting with the wind this direction. Line drive end over end, and that was fortunate for the Jaguars. It takes a backwards hop and dies right at the 40.
We're living right on those bounces because with that wind and end over end, the fact it bit and came back a little, that's a great break for us.
That could have gone at least to the 20-yard line.
Down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah. So just a 30-yard punt.
Good field position here.
Jefferson again, they have had great field position all half, but as you can see, still scoreless. Had a fumble and 2 turnover on downs in Apple Valley territory, 2 of them inside the 20. Trying to break through here before the half.
Edwards again at the running back spot.
Trailer, quarterback keeper on 1st down. Their little version of the Wildcat with Edwards as a lead blocker, but Apple Valley, again, they have been stout against the run here in the first half.
They're physical up front. That's a good scheme. You know, Edwards is going to get some good blocks up front for Trailer. That's interesting.
2nd down and 9, they give him a yard. Bubble screen. Caught on the edge, Max Clark turns it upfield and has a 1st down. And that's a little thing, Stan, but if that throw is not on the money, Clark does not have time enough to turn upfield and break that tackle. It's an 11-yard gain.
Yep, nicely done. Clark with some quickness there. Nice play.
So into Apple Valley territory now for the 4th time.
Getting that ball out into open air quickly, that's a winner for us.
Back to Edwards on the ground. There's nowhere to go there. He's looking for a place to put his foot in the ground and make a cut, and he just couldn't. 58 again, the sophomore Augustus Garcia. He's had a nice first half.
Those down 4 linemen of Apple Valley, they're pretty physical and they're pretty good size.
Trailer fakes the handoff, 2nd and 11, wanted the deep shot, wasn't open, they go short to Sevig.
Nice.
Rope down, Sevig. Jefferson wants a horse collar.
Nice play by Trailer.
They had Nate Habermas open, but once he waited that long, Trailer couldn't throw it deep. Instead, checked it down nicely to Sevig, who picked up 6. Sets up a 3rd and 5. To throw, Trailer, slant
nice.
Caught, Croup!
Nice.
Croup might go! He
That's
will!
a touchdown.
Jefferson finally breaks through! Austin Croup, 43-yard touchdown.
Great route, great throw, well done.
The big play, the Jaguars had been close to getting in the first half, but hadn't until just then. Austin Croup with his first receiving touchdown of the season, a huge one.
You know what, that's hard to believe that's his first of the season because he's made many, many big plays during the year.
That is the second leading receiver, leads them in catches now with 20. Actually 23 if you count the 3 today.
Good for him.
The senior getting into the end zone, and now special teams would like to make it a full 7 points into the win, and the kick is good.
Nicely done.
Luke Swanson was true on that extra point, and the Jaguars with just 2:38 left in the half. Stan, that was a huge conversion right there for the touchdown.
That sure was. You know what? We've had several big plays that have been near misses. 2 long throws, finally a great throw and a great catch there by Croup. That was really well done.
You just would have hated with all the opportunities they had in the first half to go in 0-0 at the half, and Croup broke that tackle. Perfect throw from Robbie Trailer. And the Jaguars right now in front. Still time in the half for Apple Valley.
That's a big change of pace for us, big time.
Remember, Jefferson gets the ball also, Stan, to start the second half.
Yes.
And they could choose to go in with the win in that 3rd quarter, too. That's what I would do anyway.
Yep, I would assume so.
So a big chance here with the stop. Jefferson would have a chance to maybe put some separation here in this game. That was the big play they really couldn't get in the first matchup. Apple Valley kept it close. Jefferson could not get that separation. We'll see what happens here the rest of this game. Nice one-handed snare by Howder. And the return by Howder. Out near the 40-yard line. San Roman back in to make that tackle. Good news for the Jaguars there.
That's a nasty kick to field, a low line drive. Apple Valley, I mean, he made a great one-hand reception with it. That's
that could have easily got over his arm and rolled another 10, 15, and Apple Valley might have started at the 10-yard line.
Or tipped his arm and been a live ball for anybody. Yeah, it was a good play by Apple Valley.
Certainly saved them a good chunk of field position, now making this drive a little bit easier with 2:29 left and still 2 timeouts for Apple Valley. They haven't shown much, especially through the air here. Just 3 short completions on wide receiver screens so far. Wyant trying to change that slant route, but had his man going in the wrong direction. It was incomplete for Weens. 2nd down.
They have not hardly thrown the ball here going with the wind so far.
Jefferson with 1 timeout left. Apple Valley just 21 yards passing here. 3 out of 5 is Wyant. They also had that incomplete pass from the wide receiver Howder in the Wildcat. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Over the middle, it's dropped by Weens. That ball was right on the money, and Weens couldn't come up with a catch, so now 3rd and 10.
Even throws like that, the wind affects them just enough sometimes. It's hard for those receivers to make those plays. A little bit different than a normal day. It's windy, but we could be playing in weather conditions a lot worse than this. It's a pretty nice day to play.
Temperature near 60 at kick time.
Yep.
And it'll start to get a little chillier in the second half, but still temperature-wise, great football weather. Here's the 3rd and 10 for the Jaguar defense. Wyant, quick out, and it's knocked away. Getting there in time, Marcus Lamanga to break it up. Great play by 82.
Very nice play. Lamanga, another sophomore, playing well, a good athlete. Yeah.
So the 5th punt of the half for Connor Elliott. And who knows, Jefferson here still 2:17. 1 timeout. Elliott has it. And this is a high kick. Mamalakis fields it at the 31-yard line and then gets shoved back.
Yeah, it's a great job of fielding it by him, though. That ball gets down the ground, it rolls to the end zone. Good job of fielding it to not give up any more field position. Really hard to field.
So we'll see how aggressive Jefferson is. Pretty good punt here, and you'd like to see Mamalakis do more of that. Not necessarily get blown up right after he catches it. Maybe stick that hand up in the air and call for a fair catch.
Pay a price as a punt returner, but that is such a hard job.
Any field position yards you can gain, those hidden yards are all important in a low-scoring game like we know we're going to have in this one.
Yeah, you're right.
So 2:09, 1 timeout for Jefferson. To throw, Traylor. Floats it out for Habermas on the comeback route, and it's a little bit short.
A little bit hard throw into the wind, rolling, and a tough ball to complete.
Jaden Cunningham
came back
was
after it very well.
Yeah, Jaden Cunningham there provided probably just enough pressure to make that float short. Second and 10, they'll throw again. Out route dropped by Clark. And it looked like the wind got a hold of that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Made Clark twist around. So now Jefferson, 2 incomplete passes. Remember, they'll be kicking into the wind if they don't get a first down here. And now Apple Valley might be able to get the ball back.
They would have a chance.
Still 2 timeouts for the Eagles. Inside draw, Edwards. Apple Valley was ready for it. Tavion Gardner.
It's a good call. It's a play that could bust. I thought at first when I saw that this could be good.
And Apple Valley uses one of the timeouts. The Apple Valley coaches are to my left, and as soon as that was snapped, one of them said, there it is, probably meaning that play. Jefferson does run that inside draw on 3rd and longs. Apple Valley seemed well prepared for it with Gardner staying at home, and now One timeout left for Apple Valley, and they will likely have pretty good field position here.
Yeah, a good offensive call and a good defensive play by Apple Valley. 1:50, that's enough time for them to throw. They have not thrown well so far. I think we're due to get a pick here too.
Been close a couple of times. Jefferson has the only turnover in this game. Isaac Sevig to punt, 2 return men back for Apple Valley.
I don't know if you can see a crisscross on the return. Pretty tough field positions to do that.
Sevig gets it away. Pretty good punt into the wind. Fielding it there, breaking a tackle is Garrison. And he's got it into Jefferson territory. Good return by Garrison to the 43-yard line.
1:40, then that's a hard ball to handle also.
That was really diving on him quickly into the wind. Good catch by Cunningham.
It sure was.
So Apple Valley now a chance late in the half. That was Jefferson's first punt. Apple Valley has punted 5 times. Well, actually the second punt. Remember, Jefferson had a pooch punt earlier from trailers. So that was the first punt from Sevig in the game. But the Eagles here, with all their struggles in the first half offensively and poor field position, a chance here at the end of the half to get that touchdown back. Wyant on first down with 4 wide receivers. He'll take it on the design quarterback draw and get down to the 39-yard line. Frank Arth, as well as Daniel King there for Jefferson. Gain of 4.
It's a good call, a good play by Apple Valley, and well played by our defense.
They've got time. They still have a timeout. Here's a quick out on second down, incomplete. Jace Rickert, the intended target. Wyant now 3 out of 9. Certainly hasn't had the success he had against Jefferson in this game so far.
Defensively, we played very well all the way around. Against the run, against the pass, a good defensive effort so far.
3rd and 6 here from the 39. 4 wide with Booth in the backfield. Wyant to throw, under pressure from Sevig, escapes the rush, and he'll run for the first down and more. Down to the 17-yard line goes Wyant, a huge pickup, and now a late flag that appears to be on Jefferson.
I don't think that, I guess I don't agree with that call. It looked like he tried to help him up at the end.
It was a 22-yard scramble, but by far their longest play of the half. This is some of what Wyant did against Jefferson last game, using his legs to make plays.
Once you pop that defensive line, you got D-backs and linebackers running, playing man-to-man at times. It creates such an open field.
After distance to the goal, first down, the clock will start on the snap.
So now Apple Valley, goal to go. Still 1 timeout, so you can still run it here, and certainly with over a minute. Even if you didn't have any timeouts, you could still run it.
I'm guessing we see the big guy here.
Yeah, Elliott moving into the Wildcat. And Coach Carlson slams down his headset, takes the 3rd final timeout of the half for Jefferson. Watch this key 3rd down scramble by Wyant. And then let's see if we can pick it up at the end, Coach. I would agree with you. I didn't think there was much here to draw this personal foul.
No.
Right? Boy,
and he helps him up. You know, it was not intentional.
Yeah.
At least what I saw of it.
A tough one there, I would agree, Coach. Alex, down to you. What did you see down there?
Well, not much of a penalty from my opinion anyways. The Jefferson sideline was livid at that penalty call. And back upstairs, yeah, they were not too happy about that.
Understandably so. Thanks, Alex. And you see Coach Carlson.
There was certainly nothing malicious about it.
No, that's why he slammed that headset down, still frustrated about it. So goal to go for Apple Valley. Elliott on the Wildcat. Keeper has room to the edge. And he's down to the 2, maybe even the 1 yard line, Connor Elliott. Clock on the move under a minute. It's a gain of 6. Still a timeout left for the Eagles as they hurry it up to the line of scrimmage. It'll be Elliott again on 2nd down into the end zone. Touchdown, Apple Valley.
It's too bad. One big play for Apple Valley.
Jefferson tried a couple of throws on the previous possession. Apple Valley played the field position game. It took the 1 run and then the penalty.
Well, the big scramble by the quarterback meant such a big play. You don't expect to give that much up.
So now the extra point to tie it. Antonio Santoya, last time he kicked here, he missed a 29-yard field goal that would have won the game. And this extra point is right down the middle and good. 41.4 seconds left in this first half. What a key moment there for Apple Valley late in the half. Feels like Jefferson probably should be up by more in this game, and it looks like it's going to be a tie game at half.
Yeah. We've made enough plays, played so consistent defensively. Just the one big play to let him get loose there, that's too bad.
If I'm Apple Valley, I go back to that jumbo package with Elliott in the second half. That's probably been their most consistent offensive play. That takes the legs out of quarterback Wyant, but they've had a little bit of success there. Remember, they had that one long run called back by that holding penalty.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's. I would not be surprised to see him come out and do that in the second half. And he runs outside, inside. He attacks the entire field, so they've got it ready. I know that. And he's a pretty good athlete. You watch what he does.
So Apple Valley kicking off for the first time. Santoya, a little fluttering kick. Jefferson needs to jump on it. They do. And they lost the ball. Apple Valley has it at the 20. Daniel Weber, certainly not used to handling the ball, coughed it up. And now Apple Valley has a chance to go out in front. And they're almost in field goal range already, considering they're going with the wind.
What a crazy change in the complexion of a game. We just got to be ready here, and we'll stop them.
We saw Santoya earlier with that 29-yard field goal. From here, a field goal is only about 38 yards, and considering they're with the wind here, they may already be in range. If not, they only need a couple more yards to get there. Of course, they'd like to get the touchdown too. Huge moment for the Jaguar D right now. Wyant to throw, and it's out of the reach of Howder, who was open with some running room ahead of him. So a chance miss there for Apple Valley. Still one timeout left, by the way, for the Eagles. There was some room for Howder. Now he had to dive for it, which would have negated any run after the catch, but that was open for them. 2nd and 10. To throw, Wyant steps up, deep ball, middle, caught, touchdown! It's Howder.
What a crazy game, Josh.
Yeah, 14 points in less than 30 seconds. In a game Jefferson has really dominated. They're probably going to trail at half now.
Put right on the money by their quarterback. That's one of the few real good throws he's had.
Santoya PAT didn't get a lot on it, but got
still
enough
recovered.
of it.
Yeah, it's a good job of the kicker. What a crazy change in the game. Wow. We've consistently been the better offensive team the entire first half, other than a couple of real big plays and then the big breaker and the fumble here.
And we talked about special teams. One of our keys. Jefferson had one go their way with a blocked punt earlier, then a negative one there on that fumble.
Yep.
And the difference is Jefferson could not get it into the end zone after their blocked punt. Apple Valley cashes in on that opportunity.
It was a good throw, a good route, a good catch. It was well done by Apple Valley to score.
So Santoya getting to kick. Would imagine he'd keep this one short also. Same kick as the first one toward the same guy. They let it go through. It's picked up by Aiden Bertrand. And Bertrand still moving. Down at the 37-yard line, but just 15 and a half seconds left.
Great effort by Bertrand. He's consistent. He is always doing his best.
Almost was able to somehow get through there.
Yes, he did.
Kind of lost him in the shuffle. Jaguar student section, they'd like a chance to make some more noise here, perhaps in the second half, but
It's tough into the wind with 15 seconds. There's not a lot of good things you can do.
no. You got Nate Habermas, but Jefferson only with 10 on the field apparently. Aiden Bertrand in there quickly. Trailer to throw, steps up with a flag down, and floats it! It was almost intercepted. Luckily, Blake Mamalakis got a hand on it.
Personal foul. Chop block. Number 56 and 54 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
I'd say given that, that last play, Stan, I think taking a knee here would be the order of the day on this play.
Yeah, make your heart flutter a little bit.
Again, into the wind, that pass just floating up into the air.
Yeah, you're right.
Credit 34 for getting a hand on that thing. And there's the kneel down. Apple Valley leads at the half with 2 touchdowns in the final minute.
We're just going to have to regroup and come back and play consistent the way we have. And, I mean, the chance is definitely there. It's going to be a good second half.
It was a strong first 20-plus minutes for Jefferson. Remember, they had the ball and the lead with under 2 minutes left in the half.
Yeah.
Apple Valley forced some incomplete passes. They got the ball back, and a scramble and a fumble later, they converted both those chances into 2 touchdowns.
You would have never dreamt 2 touchdowns with that time left on the clock. And we're down inside the 5, scoring and get the bad break on the fumble.
Yeah, it was a half of some missed opportunities for Jefferson. They cashed in on one to take the lead, and then Apple Valley 2 touchdowns in the final minute to take the lead here at halftime, 14-7 in our first of two here at Bloomington Stadium. Kennedy and Two Rivers still to come in the other quarterfinal in Section 3. Kennedy, the number 3 seed, Two Rivers, the number 6 seed. We'll have that one coming up at the conclusion of this one. Down to Alex Redding on the sidelines, Alex.
Thanks, Josh. I'm here with Chad Clendenning, the leading coach right now at halftime for Apple Valley. So you knew Jefferson was going to play tough up front defensively. That jumbo package in the run game worked pretty well for you and opening up some lanes in the pass. So, I mean, will we expect to see more pass in the second half, or what do you think?
I don't know. We just got to go in and figure out what we like about what we've been doing. We've been inconsistent moving the ball. We've had a couple big chunks, but we've been overall pretty inconsistent moving the ball the way we hope to. We got to avoid second and third and long. That's the biggest thing. We're not cut out for that.
What kind of plays or, what kind of game plan do you think might get you out of that situation here the second half to close this one out?
We got to be better on first down, and avoid, penalties. We've had a couple holding penalties and, just a couple of sacks, and we just need to avoid those plays that are big loss of yard plays.
All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the halftime break. Upstairs to Josh and Stan Shea, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Apple Valley leads Jefferson 14-7 at the half alongside Stan Shea, Josh Powers. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, Stan, in a game with a lot of big plays that have mattered in this one. This was the first one. Jefferson's Aiden Bertrand blocks this punt. Jefferson would take over inside the 20. Then on the next possession, they got stopped on that one. Austin Krupp gets the Jefferson Jaguars down to 1st and goal, and you're thinking they're going to punch it in, Stan, but again, they couldn't. It was Aiden Bertrand as we started the second quarter who gave it up there. Apple Valley recovered. But then Jefferson finally breaking through. Austin Krupp, a terrific play here.
Great play, good camera angle.
Jefferson had the lead 7-0, but then Wyant in the scramble situation on 3rd and long.
He's quick. He's very quick.
22 yards. And then after that debatable personal foul penalty, it was 1st and goal. Connor Elliott took it in to make it a 7-7 game. On the ensuing kickoff, again with less than a minute left, Daniel Weber will fumble it here at the end of this play, and Apple Valley gets it back. And they would score 2 plays later. Stan, Tim Wyant, probably his best pass of the game so far right here.
Definitely. A nice catch.
Touchdown to Ian Howder of 21 yards, just like that. Apple Valley leads surprisingly in this one, given the way the first quarter and a half played out in this game, Stan.
It sure has. Short kicks, you got people returning the ball who normally don't handle the ball, and then to have a big hit, the ball comes loose sometimes. It just happens. That's the way it is.
All right, let's go back down on the field to Alex Redding. Alex, what do you have?
Josh, I think the Unicorn Apocalypse has just come upon us here at Bloomington Stadium. I'm here with some Jefferson Fun fans dressed in these unicorn costumes. I mean, what is the deal with all this?
Well, I mean, we got our nights messed up. I think we didn't get the memo, but yeah, it's looking pretty well.
All right, how about you? You enjoying the game?
Yeah, it's kind of fun to be here in these unicorns. I think we kind of got the nights mixed up.
I think so. And you having a good time tonight?
Yeah, but sure.
All right, pretty much. And you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, I don't know how we got the nights wrong. It's USA night and we're in rainbow, but I think it works. I think it's good luck. We just got to put some more points on the board.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you know what? Enjoy the rest of the game, folks, and good to have you on. Back upstairs to Josh and Stan, guys.
All right, Alex, as we've reached halftime here in the first of our 2 quarterfinals. Reminder, Kennedy and Two Rivers to come at the conclusion of this one. It'll be about a 30-minute break. Scheduled start time 7 o'clock. The winner of this one takes on St. Thomas Academy in the semifinal round. Right now, Apple Valley, 14-7 lead against Jefferson. We'll be back for the second half here on BEC-TV. Section 3 quarterfinal at half. Apple Valley, the number 5 seed, leading number 4 seed Jefferson 14-7. Alongside Stan Shea and Alex Redding, this is Josh Powers with you. First of our doubleheader here in Section 3. Kennedy and Two Rivers, the 3 versus 6 matchup to follow us. We'll get going approximately 7 o'clock, depending on the length of this one. But first half with some ups and downs for the Jaguars. Played a really strong game, Stan, until those last 2 plays, that scramble by Wyant and that touchdown pass to Howder. Apple Valley had just 53 yards of offense.
Yeah, we were pretty much
But it was
in
those
control.
2 plays that really helped
Right.
them, and obviously that's why they lead right now.
Yeah, when you say ups and downs, there were a lot of them, and I guess maybe it's why football is such a fun game. Sometimes it goes for you, sometimes against, but who would have dreamt with 2.5 minutes to go in the half, we would not be leading, you know?
Right, and meanwhile for Jefferson, they got things going through the air a little bit. Nice first half for Robbie Traylor. Coach, he was 7 out of 17. That doesn't sound great, but 91 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. That sounds pretty good.
That's very good, yep. And, you know, we'll get back to doing that, and the game's there to be had. It's going to be a great second half. There'll be big plays again, but keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to be fine.
I know Jefferson would like to get that ground game going a little bit more. We talked about it at the top of the show. Aiden Bertrand, 5 carries for 6 yards. Brock Edwards, 4 carries for 7 yards. They did have a nice end around to Austin Croup, but Jefferson could certainly use a boost in the running game to help out what they've been able to do through the air.
Yeah, the front 7 of Apple Valley, they're very well coached, and they play well defensively. We have not been able to move the ball well yet, running especially.
Winner of this one plays St. Thomas Academy, the number 8 team in the Metro and number 1 seed in Section 3. Hastings awaits the winner of our nightcap between Kennedy and Two Rivers. As we're about a minute away from getting the second half underway, Jefferson will have the ball to start the second half. So the Jaguars, they'd love to take that kickoff and head on down the field. As you see the shadows starting to come over here at beautiful Bloomington Stadium. The lights have come on as well. It'll get a little dark here as the second half goes on. Possibly into the fourth quarter. It should be a great second half, Coach. Remember, these 2 teams played earlier. Jefferson was able to come away with that win 21-20 as it came down to a last-second kick, and I have a feeling that this one will come right down to the end as well. As we send it down on the field to Alex Redding. Alex?
Thanks, Josh. You just had a good word with Coach Carlson, the Jefferson Jaguars. I asked him exactly what adjustments he needed to make for his team to get back into this one. And he kind of alluded to what he said in the pregame, just being able to limit those mistakes. And then he also talked about the passing game quite a bit. He said that he doesn't really want to see those drops. He wants to see Robbie Traylor make the right reads. And I asked him also, how's the wind impacting the passing game? And he says, not really. So no concerns there if you're a Jefferson fan at all. So back upstairs to Josh and Stan. Take it away, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
The throws that seem to work well are the slants and the quick short throws. Balls that are hung up deep, those are tough, especially going into the wind. We haven't seen a real good long ball into the wind yet.
Jefferson.
And we'll be going into the wind here in the third quarter.
Yep, so they'll get the win in the fourth quarter. And second half underway, another short kick. Jefferson ready for it. This will be very good field position for the Jaguars, as it's caught out of the air by Tyler Davidowitz and tackled at the 35-yard line.
That's good field position to start.
So the Jaguar offense, Robbie Traylor and company. Looks like they'll start with Aiden Bertrand at tailback. Traylor 7 out of 17 in the first half. Doesn't sound great, but Coach Carlson alluded to it. There were a couple drops in there. Bertrand running wide. Good blocking on the edge for Aiden. He's able to turn the corner.
Very nice.
Out to the 41-yard line, a nice pickup of 8 yards. Longest run of the game so far by Aiden Bertrand.
Bertrand with a little bit of air. That's a good recipe for us.
Able to use that speed for the first time in this game. 2nd and 2. Trailer checks the sideline. 7 in the box for Apple Valley. Design run for Trailer.
About a yard short.
He got out to the 42, needed the 43. 3rd down and a yard. We've seen Trailer QB sneak it twice already on 3rd and 1.
Big play early in the half here.
Another sneak, but a flag up now.
I did not see motion.
Encroachment. Defense.
All right, defense offside. There we go. I didn't see us move.
Yeah, there wasn't any movement. I was surprised. It certainly wasn't an illegal formation, but it appeared that 55, Jonathan Etter just lined up in the neutral zone. So the Jaguars get the penalty and a 1st down.
Big play.
I think they had it anyway on the sneak, but they'll take the extra 4 yards.
That's right.
So 1st and 10 nearing midfield, back to Bertrand. Trying to escape an arm tackle and just couldn't quite spin out of it. And Apple Valley front 4 with Etter and company. He's done the job. Garcia up front. Travion Gardner as well. 2nd and 10 for the Jaguars. In motion, Croup takes the handoff. Bertrand leading it.
Looking good.
Austin Croup turns the corner, now bumped out of bounds.
Well blocked.
Spotted at the 46-yard line. That is a gain of 7. And a good play actually by Jaden Cunningham to bump Croup out of bounds. It looked like a 1st down coming for the Jaguars. Another big 3rd down. They're all big here in the 2nd half. Trailer to throw. Caught by Croup, but he's short of the 1st down.
Short.
William Washington came up and made the play at the 45-yard line. It'll be a yard, maybe actually 2 yards short. 4th and 2 now for the Jaguars. Certainly going to go for it here. Need to take it to the 43.
This will be interesting play. Going back to Pooch it.
Looks like a Pooch punt. Trailer gets rid of it on 4th and 1.
Take a good bounce.
It does not. Caught by Sevig at the 24-yard line. So just a 22-yard punt.
Okay, some interesting plays that first series. Bertrand with a nice run outside. Croup with a nice outside run. Some different things. 3rd and 1, that's too bad.
You know, that was a nice tackle by Washington on Austin Croup to prevent
right.
that 1st down. So Apple Valley for the first time, the ball and the lead. It's Wyant in the pistol. He'll hand it off to Booth. Goes nowhere.
Well played.
Isaac Sevig was right there. As well as Aiden Bertrand combining on the tackle for a 1-yard loss. First official carry for Booth. Wyant, his numbers, they're not going to wow you. 4 out of 11, but he did have the big 21-yard touchdown in that key scramble on the other scoring drive.
Yeah, the one real good throw, then the big one was the scramble.
42 yards passing in total on 4 out of 11, but no interceptions and no turnovers for Apple Valley in that first half. Jefferson had 2. 2nd and 10, keeper for Wyant, cuts up field. and halted at the 29-yard line. A gain of 6. Wyant does have 5 carries for 34 yards, so he's done a little bit of work on the ground. Jefferson did a really nice job on Connor Elliott. 7 carries for 16 yards. The Jaguars will take that all game long.
Really didn't get a chance to get ahead of steam going.
No, he did have that 2-yard touchdown when they got down close, but that was about it. First third down for the Jaguar D. It's 3rd and 5.
Big play.
5-man rush. Wyant throws out on the edge, and he's got his man Howder. Has the first down, is able to break a tackle out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 8. Apple Valley moves the chains.
Howder has good hands. That was a nice catch.
Again, Apple Valley with the wind here in this third quarter. Would seem to make the passing game a little bit better, but it's affected both sides. 3 wide all to the bottom of the picture. A little bubble dropped by Howder. It's definitely a forward pass, incomplete. Daniel Weber was in the area.
Wind may be going down just a little bit too. Usually you get to sundown and the wind will settle a little bit.
Probably will not be as much of a factor in the Kennedy Two Rivers game. Weber trying to make amends for that fumble late in the half. Wyant from the gun, another quarterback keeper, right side, following his blockers, and then stood up at the 43-yard line. And a late flag flying up. Jefferson applauding it. Remember, the Jaguars got hit with that heavily questionable personal foul in the first half.
Yeah, there were some real key plays there at the end of the half. Kind of a crazy mix of things.
Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, the down counts, 3rd down.
Well, that's a huge penalty there. You go from 3rd and 4 to now 3rd and more than 20.
Apple Valley doesn't like to be in this situation. There's no doubt about that.
Ball all the way back.
Maybe a chance for a pick for us.
All the way back, actually 3rd and 19. Ball all the way back at the 29-yard line. 5th penalty on Apple Valley. Jefferson only 3 penalties so far. This is what Coach Clendenning talked about at halftime. He doesn't want to be in these. No coach likes to be in 3rd and 19.
That's right. There's no good play.
Quarterback keeper Wyant able to break a tackle. Wyant down the sideline on 3rd and 19.
He's got such good speed. You create an open field for him and it's trouble. That's a big play.
34-yard run on 3rd and 19. That's been the majority of their offense, those 2 runs from Wyant.
That's right.
A big missed opportunity for the Jaguars to get it back here early in the third quarter.
So much field position. You know, never know what's going to happen here.
Already midway through the quarter. Wyant quick out. Caught by Howder. Still moving forward. Now pushed back by Cobalt. It's a gain of 5 to the 32-yard line. Third catch by Howder. Now another flag down late.
I can't, no idea what happened out there.
And Apple Valley applauding it.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 84. 15-yard penalty, results in a first down. This is number 84's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the contest.
It's on Isaac Sevig.
That hurts. That hurts a lot.
Just 2 plays. Jefferson looked like they were going to get the ball back with pretty good field position.
19.
You get the 34-yard run on 3rd and 19. Now the personal foul, and Apple Valley has it in the red zone, threatening to go up by 2 scores. Jaguar D needs to come up big here, Stan.
They sure do. Well, we're walked up tight. We're coming after him here.
Hand it off. Booth, and
Nice.
he's met in the backfield. Kashawn Cobalt.
Big play by Cobold.
Another look here on maybe what happened on this penalty. Watch 84, Sevig. Maybe said something to the bench.
Yeah.
Jaguars would like that 15 yards back.
Back in the big package here.
It's Elliott out of that Wildcat. Turns the corner upfield, Elliott. It's a first down and goal at the 6. His longest run of the game of 11 yards. This is what we thought we might see a little bit in the second half. Now certainly we're going to see it at the goal line.
And his most effective thing has been going outside with it.
Right side again, now cuts back middle down to the 2. 4 more for Connor Elliott. It'll be 2nd and goal. Actually spotted that back at the 3. Two-score deficit is going to be tough to overcome. As we see, we're already 4 minutes remaining third quarter.
That's a thought we don't want to have.
Elliott lost the football and back at the 6-yard line now.
Hey, that may take him out of that package.
A mistake by Apple Valley.
He's almost moving before the snap forward also.
I was just going to say that.
Could be called.
Just going to say that it led to that bobble. You're right, he is moving forward as the ball is snapped.
Taking a step early.
So now 3rd and goal, still Wildcat for Elliott. But they need 6. Now a bad snap is loose. Picked up Elliott, and he's swarmed under. Back at the 10. Looked like it hit one of the linemen before it got to Elliott. And now Apple Valley sends out Santoya for a field goal.
Good stop by Jefferson.
So some self-inflicted mistakes by the visitors there. Could cost them 4 points. Remember Santoya trying to make amends for that field goal he missed at the end of regulation that would have given Apple Valley the win back in September. This would give him a 2-score lead. 27-yard field goal is down. It was not a good snap, but it was a great hold and the kick right through.
That's a big kick.
So that gives Apple Valley a 10-point lead with 2:29 left in the third quarter.
We've got our work cut out.
So the Eagles, the key play on that drive on 3rd and 19, that 34-yard scramble by Tim Wyant.
He's their biggest threat. Give him a little bit of air, and he really can make things happen. once he got to the corner, he just ran our defensive backs for the last 7-8 yards.
Jefferson would want their season to continue, certainly the game on Saturday against St. Thomas Academy, but they're going to have to do it in comeback fashion here. Apple Valley has scored the last 17 points. Mamalakis and Clark back deep, but all the kickoffs for Santoya have been short so far.
I don't see him kicking it deep.
And they do it again. And falling on it. That could be a late hit there. Jefferson fell on it, Mamalakis.
It's kind of dropping right in no man's land. They're in between our deep people and our second line. It's a nasty spot to kick the ball. Pretty good strategy by Apple Valley.
Yeah, I think most coaches would take the 23-yard line for their opponents to start, especially at the high school level.
Yeah.
So the Jaguar offense need to break through here. They moved it well on the first drive in this quarter, but got held up on a 3rd down and 2 and punted. Apple Valley was then able to take off about 6 minutes off the clock as trailer on a QB keeper to the 31.
I like the looks of that play. Bertrand with a lead blocker. There's some room to run up there. They've tried it 3 or 4 times. It looks good, and I'm glad that was good yardage. Gain of 8.
2nd and short for Jefferson. Bertrand lines up as an H-back now. Trailer to throw. They fake the bubble now. A throwback. And Apple Valley not fooled there.
No, that's well played by Apple Valley. I thought that's going to turn into some good yardage.
It was caught by Isaac Sevig. Down on the sidelines quickly to Alex.
Thanks, Josh. It's been quite the chippy game so far from the Jefferson coaching staff's point of view. Tim Carlson, on a couple of plays ago, was talking with one of the officials on the sideline, trying to tell him to pay attention to the Apple Valley sideline, because according to Coach Carlson and the rest of the Jefferson coaching staff, they don't like what's going on over there on the Apple Valley side of the field. The other coaches chirping at their players and all kinds of stuff like that, ever since that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty from earlier back upstairs.
That throw by Trailer off the mark. So Jefferson sends out the punt unit late in the 3rd.
Important to get a good punt here. Field position is going to be important, especially to start that 4th quarter.
Two return men back deep for Apple Valley, standing at their 40. High snap! No. Over the head of Trailer. Ball still loose and recovered at the 5-yard line.
You know what can go bad has gone wrong for us on so many occasions. That's just too bad. The snaps have been good up to now.
No chance for Trailer. Frank Arth fell on it to prevent the touchdown, but now Apple Valley a golden opportunity.
So many breaks going against us.
You see they bring back the jumbo Wildcat look with Elliott. The last 2 snaps were not ideal for them. Here is Elliott right side, barrels his way in, touchdown Apple Valley.
That makes our job really hard.
Second touchdown run for Connor Elliott. And they instantly turn that bad snap into a touchdown.
Too many big plays not going our way. That's hurt us so much.
2 special teams mistakes. We talked about it. They had the block punt. Jefferson did in the first half, but then 2 plays directly leading to Apple Valley touchdowns as Santoya puts it through for the PAT. 24-7, a 3-score game now with only 13 minutes remaining. And Apple Valley, a new season high in points.
Yeah, were you saying it's been 3 games that they have not scored a point, right?
Yeah, they were shut out against, now they're playing some pretty good teams here, but they were shut out against Armstrong, St. Thomas Academy, and then Irondale last week.
Yeah, what was the final against St. Thomas Academy?
49-0.
Yeah, there St. Thomas is very good. Dan O'Brien, who was on the Gopher staff, has done a great job at St. Thomas Academy. His son, as you know, is Casey, who's had 5 bouts of cancer and is doing well.
They await the winner of this one, which right now, Apple Valley would be the choice. But as we've seen in this game, things can turn quickly. Jefferson needs some plays to go their way here. Short kick again. Bertrand scoops it up and then lost the ball. It looked like Jefferson got it back.
Wow.
Weber recovered it.
There's never a dull moment, Josh.
My goodness.
Wow.
Literally the exact same spot Weber fumbled earlier in the first half.
They're kicking the ball within a 5-yard zone there every time.
So under a minute, Jefferson trailing by 17. Krupp in motion, takes the handoff with some blockers. As Krupp stretches it out wide, bumped out of bounds by Washington at the 27-yard line.
Nice gain. And a chance for bigger yardage, too. Get him out in open air.
Definitely looked like he went out of bounds there. They keep the clock moving. 2nd and 5 for the Jaguars. Will need to move quickly here. They need 3 scores. Bertrand.
All right.
It'll be 3rd and short. Might be the final play of the quarter. Jefferson trying to get the 3rd down off before the end of the quarter. And they will not.
No, you don't want to throw an incomplete pass here going into the wind with and have to punt into the wind, you know?
Yeah, good decision to let the 3rd quarter expire.
Yeah.
But Apple Valley scoring 10 in the 3rd.
Well, just big plays. They've not earned them like you'd like them to earn them, you know?
No, our keys to the game here, Coach, we're recapping them.
Special teams.
Talked win the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of been negated, I think, on both teams. But then keys 2 and 3 limit big plays. Jefferson has not done that. And then special teams, we've had 2 negative plays for the Jaguars, 1 negative play for Apple Valley. And the Eagles also kicking that field goal, which gives them 3 points.
Yeah.
So,
and in the first half, early, a couple of long passes that possible touchdowns that just maybe wind related a little bit. There have been so many big plays that just have not gone
You get
our
out
way.
In this game 14-0, 21-0 even with a couple of those opportunities.
Exactly.
It's a totally different game. 4th quarter underway. Jefferson converts the 3rd down. It's Nate Habermas for a gain of 4, his first catch as we hand it down to Alex.
Of a sea of Jefferson students. Let's hear some noise from the Jefferson student body. You guys having a good time? All right, let's interview a couple of you. So State your name, grade, and something that you like most about going to Jefferson High School.
Hi, I'm Grace Shook. I'm a 12th grader, and I love that we have such good chemistry at our school.
Awesome. You having fun tonight?
Yes.
Oh, okay, awesome. All right. And how about you, sir?
My name is Gordy Gombo. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to let me speak.
No problem, man. No problem.
Never been on TV before, but you know, I love Jefferson just because the people. Everyone here is amazing, and our sports teams are amazing. So,
I like the hockey shirt. Hockey fan myself, by the way. All right. And how about you?
My name is AJ. I'm a senior. I just love going to Jefferson because of the people. Yeah, Jaguars! Jaguars are going to state. That's why I love going to Jefferson.
All right, and how about you over here?
I'm Emily Roach. I'm a senior, and the thing that I like most about Jefferson is the teachers and the environment.
All right, and how about you?
I'm Emily Wozniak. I'm a senior this year, and I think the number one thing is the football games, hanging out with all your friends.
All right, glad you're having a good time. And I'm actually going to get one more here if you don't mind. Oh, excuse me, fellas. All right, we got a couple of small Jefferson super fans, but they're in here making a lot of big noise. Kind of introduce yourself, and you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah.
All right, what's your name and what school do you go to?
My name is Cullen. I go to Olson.
Olson, all right. How about you, sir?
Gavin and I go to Olson too.
All right, so you're involved in Bloomington Bandits baseball?
Yeah.
All right, how do you like it?
It's cool.
All right, awesome. All right, enjoy the game, guys. Thanks for being on. Back upstairs, Josh Powers and Stan Shea.
Thanks, Alex. A lot happening there. Jefferson with another bad break, a ball tipped up in the air. Apple Valley making a great catch for an interception. Then right there, Connor Elliott. That was close to a fumble and a scoop and score for Nick Capocious, but it was ruled down in a 1-yard gain instead of a Jefferson touchdown.
The tip ball, that's hard to believe that could happen.
Third turnover of the game on the Jaguars. Apple Valley +3 in turnovers. 2nd and 9. Fake the handoff to Elliott. Wyant's pass caught. And breaking some tackles is Hayden Hansen. He's very near the first down marker.
That's a new wrinkle for Apple Valley. Have not seen that so far in the game. A little, pretty much wide open football.
Hansen picked up 8, so it's 3rd and a yard.
Ride the football to the big guy and then come out with a little naked reverse, and nice throw. Well done by Apple Valley.
Third completion of the half for Wyant. 4 down territory, you would think, here at the 30. QB keeper Wyant. And that's going to be close. He was wrestled down by San Roman, and where they're spotting it, he's short.
About half a yard short.
So 4th down. Really, you'd think probably last gasp here for the Jaguars.
You'd assume we'd see the big guy here, but you never know.
And it'll be Elliott.
That's the formation.
Jumbo package with just one wide receiver. 4th down time for the Jaguars. Elliott has it. And again, they continue to work off that right side. Apple Valley converts, and under 9 minutes left now.
The clock quickly becoming a big factor here.
Elliott now with 13 carries for 36 yards. That includes a couple of negative plays on those bad snaps, but not huge stats. Coach Shea, but Jefferson's given Apple Valley some short fields, and they haven't needed to go very far in a couple of those drives.
Right. Yeah, it's been a crazy game. Things that don't happen in a lot of games.
Wyant from the gun as they bleed the clock, fake the handoff. Wyant wants to throw, using his legs again. There he goes. Out of bounds. With another first down, Tim Wyant.
His running is what really been the difference in the ballgame offensively.
He's going to end up with more rushing yards than passing yards in this game.
Totally. He's just quick, and he's a good athlete.
It's a gain of 16. 85 yards on just 8 carries for Wyant. That 22-yard scramble late in the first half really changed the whole game. Inside handoff, Booth. Down to the 4-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go, it looks like, in the Jaguars season. And Apple Valley really playing its best game of the season. Really saved for that block punt. Their defense came up big when they were losing the field position battle in the first half, and the offense has been timely, if anything. Booth near a first down.
Penalty.
There is a flag.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty, second down.
So that'll help the Jaguars. Reminder, Kennedy up next in their home playoff game, about an hour away. Two Rivers the opponent. Kennedy will be heavy favorites in that one. The Eagles are 4-4, Two Rivers 0-8. Second down and 13 from the 15. Apple Valley can get a first down just inside the 2. In motion, Weens. Keeper Wyant has the corner. Tim Wyant has the pylon. And a touchdown, but it looks like it's coming back.
It's a great call by Apple Valley. That's a nasty, nasty play. Getting Wyant out where there's some open air. Fake the reverse and let him run outside.
I think the hold here is on against Jefferson's Jonathan
Holding.
Weber, number
Offense,
40.
number 13. 10-yard penalty, remains second down.
It looked like a good call there as Weber's outside shoulder was getting grabbed. Negates the touchdown run from Wyant.
Apple Valley doing some things we have not seen all night so far that are nasty stuff. Wyant is just, he's a threat.
He might be the fastest player on the field.
He appears to be.
He's used that speed in some critical situations. He'll keep it again. This time spun down by San Roman. For no gain, it'll be third down. Meanwhile, the clock, the ally of Apple Valley here, as we're nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter. Wouldn't be shocked at all if they keep it on the ground here, Coach. You'd maybe get a little bit closer for a field goal.
Yeah, I would expect them to run the football. They're lined up to throw it.
They will throw. Wyant, single coverage, far sideline, and it's dropped! Hayden Hansen wide open back of the end zone, but forgot the ball.
If the wind's a factor in that missed catch or not.
So now 4th down, Santoya out. That was close. I'm not sure if he would have been able to get a foot down, but should have at least come up with the catch.
Yeah.
Field goal time, Santoya. This is a 37-yarder into the wind, and it is good.
Wow. Watching him kick tonight, it's pretty amazing. He missed the field goal at the end of that first game early in the year.
Now you talk about making up for it.
He sure has.
There wasn't as much pressure certainly on that kick, but kicking toward that same end zone where he missed it a few weeks earlier. That one perfect, and now 27 unanswered points from Apple Valley. Just 5:48 remaining now for the Jaguars.
You see a few new wrinkles from the Apple Valley offense. Also, some nasty things. I mean, the things they've done the second half here we have not seen before.
Yeah, that may have been their longest drive of the night in terms of yardage right there.
Yeah. And kind of featuring Wyant on predetermined runs. That's good strategy by them.
Santoya kicks it deep this time to Aiden Bertrand. And cut down at the 29-yard line. Aiden likely playing his last game as a Jaguar. It's not a big senior group as we've talked about all year, but as always, you're going to lose some key players. That's the nature of high school football.
That's right. Bertrand's had some great nights. He's had a real good year. Always giving you 100%.
To throw a new quarterback in for the Jaguars is Tyson Schultz. And he sails that one too tall for even Nate Habermas to bring down. Tyson Schultz, only a sophomore, 6'3", 185. Going to be an interesting battle next year. Him and Traylor both coming back. Schultz out of the reach of Austin Krupp. It'll be 3rd down. Third and 10 for Schultz. Under pressure, just got rid of it. Caught by Habermas and couldn't break a tackle. William Washington again stops Jefferson short. It'll be 4th down and 3. Jefferson going to line up to go for it. Schultz on 4th down, under pressure, caught.
Good throw, good catch.
Looked like his arm was contacted as he let it go, but he got it to Mamalakis to convert the 4th down. Jefferson will go to the hurry up with under 5 minutes remaining. And should be too many men here in Apple Valley. They'll just blow this dead. The Eagles were shuffling in and out some players.
Illegal substitution, defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
We'll stop the clock. Those Apple Valley fans better get out Google Maps, figure out how exactly to get to Mendota Heights to take on St. Thomas Academy on Saturday.
That's good.
It's not a very far drive for them. Deep ball, Schultz. Just a little bit too far for Habermas. That kind of sums up the passing game tonight.
Safety came a long way. I think they're playing halves coverage. Each safety has half the field. He went a long way to get a piece of that. Good route and a good throw.
Habermas just 1 or 2 catches in this game. Leading receiver for Jefferson. His specialty is that deep ball, and it's been those deep ones have been, especially in the first half when maybe the wind was a little bit more prevalent, tough to come by. Quick out. Complete. Daniel King has a first down and out of bounds. Second catch for King.
King has made some big plays this year. Had some nice catches out of South St. Paul.
Jefferson on the move, but Apple Valley not giving him anything deep. Schultz on target to Krupp. And spun down after a short 3-yard pickup. Schultz getting into a rhythm at least here for Jefferson late in this one against the zone coverage. He steps up here, and it should have been intercepted.
Yeah.
Right off the shoulder pad of Christopher Carroll. That one dove on him a little bit.
He's got a strong arm. Came in at South St. Paul and played quite a bit and did some good things. Yeah, it'll be interesting next year. It'll be a great competition. Okay, we got
offside here on Apple Valley. But you're right, it's 2 very different quarterbacks. Trailer, kind of the guy with a little bit of the funkier arm motion, but maybe a little bit more accurate.
Encroachment. Defense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Then you got Schultz, who's the taller guy, that prototypical size with the rocket for a right arm.
He does have a strong arm, you're right.
Third and a yard, Schultz. Well, there's maybe another difference maker. Trailer a better runner, as Schultz a little bit uncomfortable on that 3rd and yard, loses 5.
And they got penetration quickly also.
So now Jefferson go for it again on 4th down. They need 6. Trailer slant caught by King, has the first down if he doesn't go too far backwards and he stays upfield.
That's a nice play, a nice throw, nice catch by King. Make it look easy at times.
Three and a half minutes left. Schultz, another slant, juggled and caught.
That's a great throw and
Mamalakis.
a great catch. That's gonna
Looked like a face mask.
I believe.
I don't know how it isn't.
Yeah, I agree.
No flag is down. Mamalakis is down with a big play down to the 15-yard line, gain of 23. Schultz wants the fade route. Habermas! Touchdown, Jefferson!
Really well executed. Boy, they made that drive look easy, didn't they, Josh?
Schultz got in a rhythm,
yeah.
And there's number 85, Nate Habermas, with his 2nd touchdown of the year. The Jaguars down 14, so no need to go for 2. And it's Ben Losey in for the point after. And a fake. And a pop pass. It's going to be caught actually by Jefferson, but not anywhere near the goal line. So Jefferson still now down 14. I'm not sure their regular kicker Luke Swanson was not out there.
Not sure if that was predetermined. I couldn't tell. It was a bad snap.
Alan Wynn was the holder trying to get rid of that ball on the pass. So whether that was a fake or not, it's not successful.
Not
so the
sure.
margin is 14. We'll certainly see an onside kick here for Jefferson.
Very positive march. When the chips are down, it's a nice job of coming back and going on a good march and scoring. We mentioned earlier they've had a tough schedule, and you know they've never seen them quit. They've played hard the entire time against a lot of good teams, and it'll be interesting playing as many sophomores as we have in normal years. Many more than normal years with sophomores. And I mentioned hardly ever did a sophomore get on the field years ago. It's real hard to win games and compete with that many young guys, and they've done a great job. Next year things are looking good, and those young kids will just keep getting better.
Carlson is out there Swanson, excuse me, out there for this onside kick. Here's the attempt. It's got to go 10, and it's touched by Jefferson, short of the 10 yards required for it to travel. There's the flag. San Roman was trying to time it as best he could, but it was a tough one to get exactly right.
Got a microsecond to figure it out.
There's no flag on the play. First touching by the kicking team at the 49-yard line, first down.
So Apple Valley just gets it there, not a penalty. So Jefferson 3 timeouts. You'd expect them to use them quickly here to try to get it back. And then another long field and an onside kick. A lot required still for the Jaguars.
Nothing's impossible.
First, they need to stop number 7.
Yeah, we're going to see him, I'm sure.
Low snap. Wyatt has it toward the edge. Cuts it back. And has a first down. Frank Arth did a nice job here, coach, of setting the edge, but then after the edge was set, he was able to cut it back.
Yeah, Wyatt, he is a good running back.
Stick around in the post game. Stan and I will share some of our final thoughts with this one. Some highlights, get you ready for our doubleheader, second of 2. Our Bloomington doubleheader. Kennedy and Two Rivers in the other quarterfinal game in this section. Here's Booth. Gain of a yard, maybe 2. Coach C thinking about a timeout. Not going to use it yet as we're under 2 minutes. And a strong performance from Apple Valley. Took the offense a while to get going a little bit. They took advantage of some Jefferson errors in this game. Trying to put it away now.
Summarized just right. You're right.
It's Booth again. Up the middle. Might seal it here if it's a first down. He's going to be a yard short. Timeout Jefferson.
Timeout Bloomington Jefferson. Their first of the half.
We'll talk to the head coach, Tim Carlson, and some players on Thursday. Looks like it's going to be the final edition of Inside Jefferson Football on Thursday. It's always tough to end someone's season, Stan. I know you've been on so many times the good side of that and the bad.
Yeah, you're right. It's a sad time for the seniors. I don't remember ever a locker room not being really pretty emotional to see the seniors leaving. Got a lot invested with everybody, and it's a hard night to end it.
3rd and 1, first down would certainly seal it here. Jefferson does have 2 more timeouts. It's Booth, hit in the backfield, San Roman.
San Roman plays so hard. Never say die.
Timeout, Bloomington Jefferson. They're second of the half.
And he'll be back again next year. It'll be 4th down and now 3. Stan, always appreciate you on the broadcast here. It's great to be calling Jefferson games with a let's just face it, a Jefferson legend that you are.
I don't believe everything you say, Josh. You're stretching it. But yeah, it's fun. It's you guys do such a great job, and it's been another interesting year. I'm excited for next year for Jefferson, playing as many young guys, and there's some very, very good young players out there. You see some of it tonight. You've seen it all year. It'll be fun. It'll be sad to see the seniors been good leaders here leave also. So many things happen off the field. You got your players over at the Vets Hospital playing bingo with vets and that. There's so much of that off the field stuff you don't hear about that means a lot to kids and changes them in a lot of ways for the good.
4th down to Elliott. He's got the first down, and that will do it. Connor Elliott, Tim Wyatt, and Apple Valley are going to move on. They win here on the road. They'll face St. Thomas Academy on Saturday. Certainly will be a tough one against the Cadets, no doubt. But
it will be.
Apple Valley can enjoy this one after losing here earlier in Bloomington Stadium in a game that came down to the final play. They can celebrate this one. Their first road win of the season. Give them credit, Coach. Yes, Jefferson made some mistakes in this game, but I thought Apple Valley, they got the ball in their key players' hands really all night. You talk about, we talked right at the top about Wyant and Elliott, and boy, did those two get a lot of touches.
They're big factors. You got to tip your hat to Apple Valley. They played well, and 2 or 3 big plays that went against us, and that's the ball game in a hurry. It happened so fast at the end of that first half.
Yeah, that was really the key stretch right there. Jefferson had a 7-0 lead and the ball with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half, but Apple Valley got a stop.
Yeah.
Then you had that scramble followed by the touchdown and the penalty, and then Jefferson muffing the ensuing kick, which gave Apple Valley another short field, and before you blinked, it was 14-7.
Yeah.
And the Apple Valley defense came to play in the second half. It was tough for the Jaguars really all game to move the ball on the ground.
You're right. Apple Valley had, I'm sure, played their finest game of the year tonight, and deserving to win. They made a lot of plays when they had to, and they got some breaks. Some of them they made, but they got some big breaks. The ones at the end of the half there, they really kind of turned the game around.
27-13, the final. Again, Apple Valley will face St. Thomas Academy in one semifinal. On the other side of the bracket, it's the 3-6 matchup coming up. Hastings is awaiting the winner. They're the 2 seed. They have the bye, and meanwhile, coming up in about 40 minutes from now, it'll be Kennedy, the number 3 seed, Two Rivers, the number 6 seed, and we'll see who moves on the bottom side of the bracket. But meanwhile, the Jaguar season has come to a close with a record of 1-8. We'll take a short break. Plenty more to come here as we wrap up the Jaguars season. Apple Valley wins it here in the quarterfinal, 27-13.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Has to go in. There's a great article on Lakeville South in the Star Tribune this last week. Anybody read that? Yeah. Okay. That's why they're number one. You have to work at things and to achieve things. They just go hand in hand. So as we go, take that from it. If I want to be successful, if I want to be a good husband, if I want to be a good dad, good employee, I'm going to have to work my butt off. And everything I do has to be earned. No one's going to give me anything. Apple Valley didn't give us anything. We had to earn it. Okay? I feel bad for a lot of you guys that it's done. Okay? There's no old man football that you can go to now. Baseball, basketball, hockey, you can always play in other leagues. In football, once it's done, it's done. And that's a hard pill to swallow. There's a lot of us who would still love to play. We'd love to be playing the game. And you'll miss it. Trust me. All right, here we go. Everybody up. Make sure we get everything. Get to the bus. Get home. Okay. Proud of you guys' effort. Okay, just a little short tonight. Just a little short. Jags on three. 1, 2, 3. Jags.
Back on the post game here as Apple Valley defeats Jefferson 27-13 alongside Stan Shea, Josh Powers. You just heard Coach Carlson address his team. Never easy to do with a playoff loss as the Jefferson season comes to a close. Those are tough moments. You've been there many times. It never is easy.
Yeah, well, you feel worse for the seniors because that's it for them. Yeah. It's just high school football. So many things happen tonight that don't happen probably in a regular game. I mean, what happened at the end of that first half, you just don't normally see. And in 2 or 3 plays, the game's kind of gone in a hurry. It's too bad.
Yeah, a lot of big plays turn the tide in favor ultimately of Apple Valley in this game. Let's look at the highlights. These are going to be second half highlights of this one as Apple Valley led at the break 14-7. Santoya, first of 2 of his field goals. He made amends for that miss in the regular season. And Jefferson, another tough special teams play, a punt over the head. Apple Valley, they take short work of that short field for yet another touchdown. All of a sudden, it was 24-7.
Out of control so fast.
More from Apple Valley as they were able to set up another field goal. A big 37-yard kick. You see that had plenty to spare there from Santoya. That's a guy who's going to be able to maybe kick at the next level. And then Jefferson finally getting into the end zone. Little too late, but Nate Habermas getting the touchdown catch there as Apple Valley wins it 27-13. Back down to the field to Alex Redding. Alex?
Thanks, Josh. Well, it is a very, very disappointing night for Jefferson. They didn't get the win, but there will be a lot of memories for these 3 seniors that I'm right now here with. And I'm here with Aiden Bertrand, Brock Edwards, and also number 38, Daniel Weber. Yes. So talk about this game tonight and just kind of, walk us through how you're processing, that this could probably be your last game here for Jefferson, and you kind of walk us through that.
It started freshman year. Just getting into the program as a freshman, I loved it, and I worked all the way up here. All these guys did work to where we got to this year, and this game, it was us. It was the little things, and little things add up to big things. So, one thing I gotta say for team next year is you gotta love each other, because it's a brotherhood, and that you have to do the little things right. That's how you're gonna succeed. So, so it's sad that season had to end this way, but gonna keep my head high, and hope these guys do too. And it was an honor leading this team this year. So.
Talk about some of the people that were influential to you on the sidelines for Jefferson through the football program, or even somebody off the field that was very influential to you throughout your football journey here with the Jaguars.
I want to shout out my mom, my dad, Chris, Pam, Andre, my family. They've all been really supportive of whatever I do on and off the field. I also want to give a shout out to Coach Talley. He helped me throughout my years growing up with football, and honestly, it's all of these seniors. I've been playing with these guys ever since I was like a little kid. So, so it means a lot that I was able to finish my football career with them. So,
awesome. What do you want people to remember you most for here at Jefferson?
I would say. One thing that I want people to remember me by, I hope, is my dedication and leadership to becoming not just a good football player, but a good teammate, a good student, and a good leader.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations on a great Jefferson football career, Aiden. You did a good job tonight. Also here with Brock Edwards as well. Congratulations on completing the Jefferson football program. I just kind of talk about how you're processing this moment right now.
It's not a happy moment. Just thinking about everything that's came up to this moment. A lot of emotions. Just thinking about who I've played with, and all the teams I've been on, and yeah.
So kind of talk a little bit about your journey and just getting to this varsity spot for Jefferson, and kind of some of the people that were influential to you. Maybe it was a teammate, maybe it was, a parent, or, a family member. Kind of talk about that, maybe even a coach.
Yeah, started way back when I was little, but Pierce Opong really helped me as a sophomore getting called up. It was hard, but he helped me through it.
All right, and what are you looking forward to? I mean, I know it's kind of, tough now to kind of take in this moment, but what are you looking forward to here, just kind of finishing out, your final year at Jefferson High School?
Just have to look at the good moments going forward. A lot of things to look forward to, like college and just living my life now. So.
All right, awesome. You ran hard, you ran good. Let's pound that one. All right, super, super, super awesome. And Mr. Daniel Weber, kind of describe how you're processing this moment right now. I mean, this is the final time that you're going to be in a uniform right here on the turf at Bloomington Stadium.
I mean, it sucks. Obviously it sucks. No one likes losing. I mean, there was a lot of good this season. You guys and fans only really see the bad. But there was a lot of good that happened in the locker room, on the field, A lot of fun. I'm really proud of these guys. I can't wait to see what the juniors, sophomores are going to do.
Most certainly. Any particular coach, player, or a parent that was influential to you kind of throughout your development in the Jefferson football program, and really just kind of before then, in helping you get to the spot to where you are now?
I mean, my parents, they taught me never quit. You start something, you start it, you go. You don't give up. You don't quit on your team or anyone. My coaches, they were all excellent. I love Coach K, Coach Talley, Coach Ladd. All great people. Coach Pitty, he's a new guy. They're all just great people, and I'm very thankful for them.
Well, certainly. And what do you want your team and most importantly, everyone else to know about, your legacy here at Jefferson High School and just kind of the way that your guys were this year, and what do you want them to know about the most?
I want them to just learn from the mistakes. I want the juniors to be great leaders. They got a lot of potential. They've got a lot of big leaders that aren't scared of anyone or to do anything, and I can't wait to see that. I want them to take lessons from the seniors, from me. That's it. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, that's all right. And, I'm going to end it on a positive note. Anything you're looking forward to, just kind of finishing out your senior year at Jefferson High School? I know this moment's difficult for you, but anything you're looking forward to here coming up? Just need a minute?
I guess just like working out, kind of, I don't know, making money. I can't wait to watch. My brother's a sophomore. I can't wait to watch him play next year and his senior year. It's going to be a blast.
All right, well, we'll be looking out for that. We'll be looking forward to it. Hey, awesome year, dude. All right, great career. And Austin Krupp, surprise, surprise, kind of jumped in on us here. So kind of describe your last game as a Jefferson senior. And, you obviously had a big touchdown early on in this game. And walk us through all that.
I mean, it was tough. Like, we went into the first quarter, second quarter, I scored the touchdown. We were 7-0, thinking, all right, this is going to be a breeze. Honestly, I thought we were going to be the people who won the game, but there was a lot of mistakes. And honestly, we just the juniors and underclassmen just need to learn by that. And, yeah, overall just a tough experience.
Now, kind of talk about the players that, you had to, share this experience with, and just overall your teammates and getting to know them. What was that like? And, what do you want others to remember about this team this year and the group of seniors that you had the special privilege of playing with?
So I feel like this group of seniors were like very open with the underclassmen. Like everyone was friends. There was never it was never awkward at like team dinners or anything. Like everyone was there to talk to, and yeah, like Aiden, Brock, and just a couple people who were really good to talk to. Really funny people. Very funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it especially helps when, those games can get, pretty down and stressful sometimes, and, just kind of keeping your head through it all and just that mental toughness. And kind of talk about also here, last question, what Jefferson football has taught you the most and kind of what you've come away with that's really kind of paid itself forward throughout your life.
Yeah, I feel like the number one thing I've ever taken away from Jefferson football is to be mentally and physically tough. Especially during two-a-days, it taught me not to quit when things got difficult. When we're down, 20 points, taught us not to quit. And I feel like that's going to reflect on my life, just to be mentally and physically tough.
All right, thank you so much, Austin. Great game. Back upstairs to Josh and Stan for the post-game wrap-up, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Appreciate the players stopping by. I know it's tough for those four seniors. Appreciate their time as we welcome back Stan Shea. Stan, just some final thoughts on this Jaguar group. Obviously, a loss tonight, but from all indications, meeting a lot of the seniors this year, it's a really close group.
Exactly, and I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I'm sure there were nice things. And the last night, leaving the guys, playing the last time together, it's a hard night. You've invested so much, and they've had great memories. I mean, there are things happened during the year that were so good. The sophomores and that, look up to the seniors, and the Sophs are excited for next year and the future. The seniors moving on. Many will not play football again. It's a hard night, and the coaches, you hate to see them go.
You can hear the warm-up music behind us as Kennedy and Two Rivers starting to warm up. That game has been moved back, by the way, to 7:30. So if you're waiting around for that one, watching us live, 7:30 we'll get underway with the other section quarterfinal. That wraps up the Jaguar season. We will talk to the head coach, Tim Carlson, and the team about it on our final edition of Inside Jefferson Football this Thursday night. Thursday night we'll wrap up the Jaguar season on Inside Football. Once again, our final, Apple Valley wins it tonight, 27-13 for our entire crew. For Alex Redding, for Stan Shea, this is Josh Powers saying so long for now from Bloomington Stadium.